Hello there YouTube, this is Elite Master and I'm bringing you another video review. This time I'll be taking a look at the 1/100 scale Master Grade Strike Noir. This thing is awesome. Let me count the ways. But let's get on with the review, shall we? As you can see, he's molded in black. He's got yellow, red, and this light gray color, and then a darker gray color for the joints. And I believe he has a clear piece in the head. I can't quite remember since I built him. But really nice. I haven't panel lined him, mostly because the only panel lines you'd get would be on the darker, the lighter gray parts, and then the face. And I'll line it later, but just showing you what it looks like now. Now then, let's get on with his articulation, shall we? His head's on a double joint. There's a hinge at the neck, the base of the neck that lets it go forward and up, and the ball joint at the neck, up and down, so you can do some chicken. Can look up pretty good, down really good, tilt side to side, and it can actually rotate 360 even with how high up that collar goes, and with that mullet type thing, I don't know. His arms are really good, and they can move forward really far. Right there. I don't know if you can see any of this because of how dark the kit is. And they can move up at that joint. The arms themselves have a joint that goes out like that. The shoulder can move out. So even without the joint in the torso, it can get a really good lift. So all together, if it weren't for the head, it can go even higher than that. The armor can rotate and move up and down here, as you can see. It can rotate here, rotate all the way around here. No problem before you put on the backpack. Bend the two joints of the elbow, really good. He's got a separate joint in the wrist. Move up and down, ball joint to the wrist, rotate and wiggle. Standard 3, 1, and then the thumb hand. This is the older Master Grade style, so it's just hinges, you can't separate them. He's got a ball joint at the waist. Move side to side really good. Rotate some before it hits the skirts. Move forward and back. Front skirts on ball joints, side skirts on a hinge, back skirts on a hinge. Legs on ball joints, move forward, back, in and out pretty good. Bend the 2 points of the knee, top joint. As you can see here, we'll make that piece of armor slide and we'll bend that far. Bottom joint, bends it the rest of the way, nice 180 there, and the knee armor here can move. The ankle armor can move up and down. Foot has a joint in it that goes forward and back like that. And then forward and back at the ball joint that's on the base of the foot. Side to side, rotate some. And the hinge at the foot makes it go up and down like slightly. And that's it for articulation on the main body. And that's actually really good. This guy, the Strike frame anyway, was a really nice kit. I don't have a regular Strike. This is the very first Master Grade Seed model I've ever gotten. So I'm very impressed. I do want to get the regular Strike now. Maybe the sword and launcher version, but whatever, that's for another video. Now then, for some, little looks at his detail, he's really good. The regular Strike, you can move up the armor here, and you see some nice detail on the shoulder. It still has that hinge up here that opens up that you'd use to connect the striker packs, but you can't use it in this form apparently. But what I've seen in pictures anyway, I'm not entirely sure if this is it, but the differences between this guy and the Strike: shoulders obviously, just these pieces. The head is different, smaller, different V-fin. Chest exactly the same. I think the skirts are the same except for the side skirts. These ones are, as you can see, pretty blank and empty. The regular Strike has the bulge on here that has the armor schneiders. The arms are different. In the back here, there would be a part that would be like jutting out here for the shield, but the Noir doesn't use a shield because he's a boss. And let me see, the knee armor is different. And I think the ankle armor is different. And I believe that's it, just for the body. But very nice base kit. Now let's get on to the accessories, shall we? With this kit, you get 2 beam pistols. Very nice. They can fit into the hand very simply. he can hold that with the manipulator hands, or you do get a few sets of hands. You can get these trigger finger hands. Then you can just put them in and clamp the rest of the finger around it and put that in there. I don't do that with the pistols because he holds it just well without the trigger finger hands. And the pistols each have a piece right here that can slide. No reason why. I mean, I don't understand why they peg in either way. I guess just so there's more clearance. But they both peg into the side skirts pretty good. They do like to pop out if you touch them too much. But nothing a little bit of super glue to tighten up those joints. Not the joints, the pegs won't fix. And speaking of extra hands, like I said, you get 2 of these trigger finger hands. And one of them is already attached to the other accessory. You get 2 of these beam rifles that are, I believe, the same beam rifles that the dual Gundam uses. You can see here it's got a nice clear scope that you're supposed to have a sticker on. I didn't put it on there. Don't know why. But you can see this piece comes out and there's a missile that can pop out. Very nicely detailed. Like right there. Just put it in and it pegs up there. Get 2 of these. And this is what I usually have him using the trigger finger hand with, if I decide to pose him with these things, which I rarely do because he's got other cool stuff. He also has 2 regular gripping hands, and I'll show you what these are good for later. He has a regular strike-esque beam rifle with a clear piece and moving handle. And speaking about that, let's get on to the big accessory, the Noir pack. This thing is freaking awesome. It's got great detail in there, even in parts you'll never see because it'll be connected to the back. It's got nice, just really nice looking all around. You can see this has more of the yellow and red plastic on there too. And oh yeah, the lightish blue plastic I forgot to mention, which is like the grayish blue that's used on just the handles of this and the weapons. And by weapons I mean the dual pistols. Now the backpack's got some pretty good articulation. It can move forward and back at this joint. And you see there are 2 arms there that make it look really nice when you move it back and forth there. And then there's a hinge that makes it move up and down, and it can rotate. And then the wing here can move, and this can move out here. The cannons right here are awesome. You can pull them out on a double hinge, and they are on a rotation joint right here that can move forward and back, so they can move anywhere you want. And the swords are on a hinge that you can pull out, and you can angle it up so it looks like burst out, flared out, or you can just straight up take them out. You just hook in there, and each sword comes with a beam effect part that you can just put in. And this is what those fixed posed holding hands are good for. You just slide that in there, and there's 2 little notches there to hold on to it really good. And you can use this, you can wave it around pretty good. That's a nice display option right there. And getting it in is fairly simple. You just gotta make sure that hinges out, put it in there, and then slide it in. Now then, to attach it to the back, you got this big peg, regular peg, right? I bet, bleh. Just big hole back there, just put it in, and boom. You got the Strike Noir with its signature Noir pack. And, oh, I forgot these. You also get these open hands that have wires. You can put wires in them that have these little anchors at the end of them. Very nice. You get 2 long wires. I cut 1 in half and put them on each hand, because you get 2. And the other one's still intact. I have rolled up here that you can put in various places actually. You have a hole here at the tip of the toe that you can put the wire in through, but you have to disassemble the foot, the heel right here, like I showed you with the hands, and one in the backpack, right above that circle. So you can have wires shooting everywhere. You just have to cut it to varying degrees if you want to have all of them out. And also I believe you only get 2 of these little anchors. But that's not all he comes with. He also comes with some nice decals. You get some rub transfers here. Very nice. AOMEXOSS 09S Strike Noir I might use these after I paint this guy because he does have some pretty bad nubs on the black parts, and if anybody has ever, you know, built a kit with dark colors, they'll know that nub marks show up like nobody's business on there. You also get clear stickers. Whoa, buddy. But yeah, what else to talk about on this guy? Oh yeah, one of the coolest poses you can pull off of this guy that you could not pull off with the SD or even the high grade because the joint was missing in the wing. But in the high grade you can at least open it up here, but in the master grade is the only one I believe that can do this and open the sword there. So that now you have this full burst looking wing, and it looks awesome. And this is how I prefer to have it displayed on my shelf. On a nice action base, you just use one of the U connections. And they'll hold up there. The wings might get loose at the rotation joint right there, as you can see, over time. But it shouldn't be much of a problem. It can hold pretty well. That's how I usually prefer to have him displayed. With his wings out like that, and just very nice looking. And with all the articulation in the backpack and on the kit itself, you can get quite a bit of posing to be done. Well, one last thing before I end this review. He does have an opening cockpit. Just pull this hinge down, and this piece can come out like that. And you can see the little pilot figure inside there. It's a pretty neat cockpit, although it's pretty loose up here on this joint, so be careful with that. But yeah, that was my review of the Master Grade Strike Noir. Let me put him up next against another standard sized mobile suit for the size comparison. Here he is next to the GM2 version 2.0. And then you can see he's a little bit shorter than the GM actually. Just a tad. Actually no, they're about the same height. He actually has the advantage if you count the V-fin in the backpack. But you can see the GM is a lot, I don't want to say bulkier, but he's a lot blockier looking. While the Strike Noir over here has a very nice and sleek look to him. Just very nice kit. Highly recommend this guy. The GM 2.0 as well, if you can find him. Really nice kits, and I'll do a review on him later, but the Strike Noir, very nice kit, highly recommended, 2 thumbs up, go get him now. And that's all there is, whatever.